This is my first pretty vid of the year. That is a shame, but it do feel good to be here. I ain't gonna lie, fool. The closer folks done got to this fight, the more fearful I get. I am legitimately terrified for Alexander Volkanovski. I believe Diego is a terrifying proposition for him. Now, the things that I said when the matchup was first announced still stand. I believe that Alex is technically the better fighter. The jab, the leg kick should be cash money records. But dawg, Diego is so dangerous literally everywhere that a fight can take place. The thing about him that's terrifying is that honestly he more of a counterpuncher, to be honest. He looking to slip and rip when you throw at him. And he love to spam that overhand left hook, in general, but especially when he see and catch the timing of that jab. And the fact that that's a top 2 weapon in Volk's arsenal. I'm scared. Something that kind of settles them fears a little is Volk's timing and speed with it, but good lord. Because you know Volk got to get in close because he like 5'3". Long arms and all that, but he a dwarf. And Diego is gargantuan for the weight class, with the power to show for it. Now, one thing Volk could look to do, and should do, is the wrestling. Because you either got to be all the way in, which I'll expand on in a second, or all the way out. As mentioned prior, Diego is dangerous everywhere. His jiu-jitsu is elite, one of the best submission guys on the roster. But Volk done fought and survived against the likes of Brian Ortega and Islam, and even smushed both of them at points in them bouts. I think the combination of his own skills, as well as Diego's comfortability staying on his back, that made me think he could do what he needed to do on the ground, potentially. Now, the sole singular place that I believe Volk has to avoid in this fight at all costs is the clinch. We must avoid it. Because in simplest terms, Volk is very short, and Diego can still throw nuclear bombs from extremely in close, specifically that uppercut. Brother, I don't want to see no collar ties. I promise you I'll turn the fight off. We cannot have that. Because Volk do like it enough. He's great there, and has had a clinch advantage against most guys he done fought, but it ain't going to be here. If these two are that close together, Volk needed to have timed a great shot and get in on them hips quick. Man, look, I'm real life so close to going against the grain and picking Diego, because I'm scared. Volk old, has some tendencies that would absolutely get him killed in this one. But at the same time, the skill set is there for victory. Okay, this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to stand on it. If I was confident that Diego Lopez could really go for more than like 2 rounds, on my soul, I'd pick him. But I'm not. My anxiety levels are going to be through the roof for the first about 7 minutes. After that, though, I'm going to calm down a good bit. That is, if we can get through the first 2. Fortunately, this don't project, at least, as one of them situations where Volk need to be perfect for 25 whole minutes. Maybe only about 10. Even still, Diego just need that one moment. Jesus. I'll go ahead and pick He better, more experienced in these situations, and I'm banking on seeing the Volk near or at his best, and well rested due to the much needed time off. As long as he keep it at range and safe early on, I think he could dominate later. Volk by decision. The co-main event may be the most fascinating bout on the card. Michael Chandler versus Pimblett is genuinely disgusting, but low-key in a good way. Now, I'ma just say it. I believe, even though I do think it is extremely close, Michael Chandler should come out victorious. Not gonna lie though, fool. Patty has what I think could be a very good game plan on the table versus somebody like Mike. Patty's good only at a few things. He got decent kicks, and his jiu-jitsu is fantastic. Seems to have a decent chin too. Everything else sucks. But against somebody like Mike, in theory, that's okay. He should be looking to keep him at range with them kicks, especially when you combine the facts that Patty's boxing is absolutely abysmal. Chin be high up in the air, all that. And that for the most part, if Michael Chandler want to win the fight, it's going to come from brawling. And does Mike want to shoot and roll around with Patty? He has survived against Charles twice, so, I mean, he might not be tripping. I'm going with Mike though, because I feel there's a vast difference in attributes. Mike is attribute man, except for IQ. The speed, explosiveness, and power I just feel is going to be too much for this overweight prick. I don't know. Yair Rodriguez welcomes Patricio Pitbull to the UFC. I absolutely 100% with no doubt in my mind believe Pitbull is cooked. The size, range, and speed of Yair probably going to be too much. Big fight between Bryce Mitchell and Gene, or is it John? Silva. What an interesting fight. A striker versus grappler matchup indubitably. Because in no way, shape, or form can or should Bryce be looking to stand with John. Bryce's path absolutely resides in the wrestling and grappling. Even though Bryce ain't really that good of a wrestler for real. Jiu-jitsu great though. At the same time, John's takedown defense is questionable. I think. People seen the Charles Jourdain fight, and he got taken down. Did jump some crazy gillies though, because against a bigger man than Drew Dober, the takedown defense ain't look that bad. So I'll say this, on the feet, Bryce will get cooked, especially with the way he come forward with his boo-boo setups, he is getting tagged. And thinking that I'm not the biggest fan of Bryce's wrestling, I'll take John. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. Good to see that Nikita is actually alive. He might get nuked, but I'll pick him. Dr. Eggman on the card, he might do Dan kind of bad. Chase Hooper is an astronomical favorite versus Jim Miller. I think he'll win, but them odds is outrageous. I have nothing else to say about anything else here. Great card still. Wish that Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates could have stayed, but it's cool.